Ever since Tesla rolled out the Model 3 and then thereafter the Model Y, there's one thing that's been missing that kind of caught people off guard, and that was the lack of having a speedometer right in front of you. No heads-up display of any kind has been present or plans to ever be present. It's all right here on the screen to your right. Most people won't even notice this, but some people won't even consider the car because of that. There's been some heads-up displays that have been on the market since, but most all of them have one fatal flaw, and that is the fact that they block airflow. So it makes it kind of uncomfortable when you have to run the HVAC so much. The last one I tried was decent. It was probably the best one to that point. However, today I've got an actual solution that has zero impact on your airflow, and it's OLED, so the image on the screen is really nice. And because it's not huge, it blends in nicely. This is a heads-up display from Veekys, and they sent it to me, and while they sent that, I did ask them if they would also send the front LED light kit and the liftgate light kit because I wanted to check those out as well. So we'll take a quick look at those also. But if you wish you had a heads-up display or were thinking about it, this is definitely the one to have. And with code BTG, this thing's actually really inexpensive. All right, so let's take a step into the car, and as you can see right away, you might have seen all that. The lights are actually synced. Since we have a launch edition, we get this animation on the screen when we enter the vehicle, and that also affects the ambient lights. It does kind of like a color light show, so to speak. So this thing can be set up to sync with your Tesla, and if you have a launch series and you have that animation when you come in, it's actually going to do that as well on here. All right, so let's go through the basics here. So this is an OLED screen, as you can see, super crisp, very nice and clean look. It's also very small silhouette, and it gives you just the type of information that you might want to have right in front of you without being overbearing or, most importantly, blocking this airflow. Most screens, even the smaller profile ones, still block the airflow that comes through here, and it's really hard to overcome that. This gives you everything that you want right here in front of you without blocking that. Some of the cool features that it has built in is, of course, it does have the ability to accept software updates. So over time, as they add new features, as they change customizations, that'll all be done through the app. This thing's also synced to the car automatically, so it's going to connect through time. It's going to connect with your turn signals, your speed, all of that stuff. But one of the other cool features is, like in some of the other heads-up displays, it does have blind spot monitor, and that is kind of a nice visual cue without looking off to the side where they traditionally are over here in the side speakers. So that now shows up on the screen on the left and or the right, depending on what is around you. Also, it lets you know what the speed limit is in the area that you're driving based on the map data. So if you go over that speed limit, it will change the speed you're going from white to orange. So it's kind of like a visual cue letting you know that you are going over the speed limit. Of course, when you select full self-driving or autopilot, it does kind of illuminate the center of the screen orange to signify that FSD is turned on. So giving you kind of a side profile here of what this thing looks like, it is very slim, it's slender, it blends in really nicely, and it doesn't have a whole lot of bulk. There's no exposed wires, and it's all because of the way that they designed this thing to be wirelessly connected. There's a little wireless charger that goes underneath this that during your install, that's how this thing is powered, and it's connected to a Bluetooth device or a Wi-Fi. I'm not sure which one of the two, but it is in the computer of your car that you set up on the passenger side. So this is kind of a visual from the driver's seat perspective of what you are looking at, kind of sitting back here the best I can from the amount of zoom that I have available. But there you go. That's a really good look at kind of what this thing looks like. It kind of just blends in, just like everything else in this Tesla. It's minimalist, but has just the right stuff. It's also able to be turned up in brightness, down in brightness, but like I said earlier, it is connected to your car. So if we go to our lights and we change our ambient lights, since I have this thing turned to sync, it's automatically going to change the color of that band around the device to match that of what I'm selecting on here, which is kind of cool actually. And then also, if we mess with the brightness on the screen, you can see it also messes with that same brightness on that pillar there. And then if I go over to display and mess with the display brightness on the screen in the car, it will adjust the display brightness on the device, which is kind of cool. Now, one of the things I really like about this is the ease of install. Not only is it a clean install, but it's not too difficult to do. Really, the biggest challenge is running the wire from behind the steering column down to the floorboard here, where you're going to actually connect it into the device. So installing this is basically anybody can do this. This is about as easy as it gets with adding this type of functionality. So the first thing that we're going to do is power down the car, and you're going to do this in the safety menu on the screen. And then from the passenger side, make sure this door is open before you power off. Otherwise, you'll need to do that again. You're not going to have to remove the whole weather seal here. Just pull enough to get this little cover off the side of the car. And then once that is off, you'll remove this one body pin, and that will allow you to pull this floorboard area backward enough to be able to get to the connectors that you need to reach. The first one is this small square-ish type connector. You're just going to basically daisy chain into this. So we'll just connect male and female on both sides. On the other end, we're going to tap into this larger connector, and it does stay blank. So don't be alarmed that you're missing something. This is just to tap in, but allow that same access point to be available even with this thing installed. And then we'll just take our communications device, this small little thing. We're going to connect that final connector to this and then tuck everything in. Maybe think about zip tying the stuff so it doesn't bounce around or whatever. And that's it. You're just going to close all of this back up, put that body pin back in place, and then put the weather stripping back over the edges. Now over to the driver's side, this is where some people have a challenge, and I'm going to tell you how to do this the easiest way. So the top part of the cover behind the steering wheel, this thing is kind of tough to get off. The trick is to put upward pressure, not side to side. So when you're pulling up, if you're pulling up and towards you in the driver's seat, that is too much of an angle. If you're pulling up and to the right, up or to the left, you need to pull as close to straight up as possible. Start on one corner here, and once you get that popped, you can go to the other corner and get that popped, and then it allows you to kind of get access with your fingers or with the included pry tool to start lifting upward all along the edge, and then eventually this piece comes completely off. Now the next part can be easier if you have your own fishing cable, but they do provide one for you. You're going to want to take this though and kind of straighten it out the best you can by pushing backwards on this tape to make it as straight as you possibly can. We're going to fish this through. Now you want to fish this through on the passenger side of the steering column, so closest to the screen, that void right there. And you're basically just going to probe this thing in and out until it starts working its way through. Eventually it'll find itself all the way down by the pedals. And once you're there, you can tape off the cable that you're going to use to power this thing and pull that straight through. Leave it there, and then grab the top part of the steering column that you removed earlier, clean this area off, and then place the wireless charger right here. Now with this thing, be careful because this is actually a fragile piece, and I even heard some clicking and creaking when I was pushing, because I was pushing too hard. So just be gentle, but put this on there, and once it's on, it's on. It's not going anywhere. So once that is done, the module that's a part of this wiring, you're going to just tuck this in to the right hand side, again closest to the screen, and zip tie this to the existing wires in there so that way it stays in place. Then you will literally just place this top cover right back on, snap everything back into place, and then there's a plastic piece they provide with you, which is an installation guide. This thing just kind of goes on the corner and allows you to place the screen itself in the right spot in the steering column. Now, once all of that is done, go back down to the footwell and you're going to install the OBD device into the OBD reader. And then there's a USB-C plug down there that you're going to plug into, tuck all the wires away. And then the screen should look something like this, like Terminator is powering on, getting ready to destroy all of mankind. Once that is done, it'll revert to showing you information about the date, the time, temperature, all of that. At this point, just go ahead and download the Veekys app, and that's where you can do all of your customizations. Do I want the light synced with the Tesla, or do I want a specific color? Do I want the brightness different? I suggest syncing it with your car. So that way, everything that happens on your screen automatically is happening here as well. Anytime that there's an update that adds any kind of feature or customization, it'll all be done through the app. Now with that, let's head outside. We'll check out the front and we'll check out the lift gate, where I've installed the lights that also connect to the app just like this screen does, where you can make your own colors and light shows and whatever with these lights. I'm actually really happy, especially with the front one, because it's super dark up there. And if you put the dividers in place from Tesla, there's only one of the 3 pockets that has any light at all. So this is a really good solution. It gives you a ton of light up here. So let's check it out now. So opening it up, you can see our light is all the way around. And this thing is actually pretty easy to install. It literally just tucks into the existing gasket here around the front of the front. You will probably need to remove these 2 bolts and lift up on the front of the housing here just to give added room so you can reach that properly and attach the module in place. But other than that, this is pretty straightforward. And just like with the screen inside, this does connect to the app. So let's check that out now. There's my ambient lights. It is now connected. I can crank up the brightness. I can turn down the brightness, all right here in the app, which is pretty cool. Now, one of the cooler features is these different modes for kind of a light show, I guess you could call it. But this is allowing you to set different modes where it's gonna start sending, I don't know, a light show. And it can also go through all the various types of light shows you've seen with any LED bar. It's pretty much all there. There's a ton of options though that are possible to select. So this is a lot of fun, especially if you go to like a car meet or during Halloween, if you're doing trunk or treat. This is a lot of fun. But the practicality of it when you go to just light, that is pretty nice, especially while you're on a road trip and it's dark outside. So we can also change the colors to anything that we want, any color. And I mean, customization is endless with this. So whatever color you so desire, it is there. Now let's head on to the back where we can see our other lights, which are also nicely integrated the same way that it is in the front. So you've got these lights kind of tucked in and they can do the same type of light shows as you have in the front. So nice and easy to add this to that front kit as well. So that's kind of an overview of this new heads-up display. I actually really like this one, and this one will be staying. And with code BTG, this thing's like right around $100, maybe $110, like really affordable, a very reasonable price for this. And installation is definitely straightforward and easy enough to do. So if this is something that you miss having in front of you, or this is something that you really wish you could see this kind of data while you're driving without looking over, this is a no-brainer. This is the one to get. It's OLED, which is really nice. A lot of them are just LCD. So OLED, and it's about $100. You can't really go wrong with that. So I think that this is definitely the one to check out. You can click the link in the description for your convenience, of course, and code BTG for savings. So I thank you so much for joining us today, and I can't wait to catch you on the next one.